spirituality, especially Father Bruno Rampazzo, who is the Vice General of the community, and for all Rogatianist priests who are here present. And especially we'd like to welcome all the figli del Divino Zelo, the daughters of Divine Zeal, who are here present to support their brother in Christ in the same spirituality. It is wonderful to have you here as we enter into this dissertation on communication. And the title of Father Joby's presentation is Communicating Clarity, a Biblical, Communicational, and Missiological Perspective on Catechetical Dialogue. And it's being offered by Father Joby Kavungal. And in his reflections, he will have a chance first to offer a prayer for those present. And following the prayer, he will have a presentation of about 30 minutes. Those who will respond following this will be his director, Father Felix Korner, to my right. We should have put him on the left. Very dangerous and problematic. Okay? But he's also one of our great scholars here in the school, and especially a scholar in Islam. To my left, who should be on the right because he's a much holier man, okay, is going to be speaking in response as a secondary reader. And Father Linus is really taking the place of Father Jacob Sramkikai, who just died on Saturday, passed away. And we are having a celebration for his Mass of the Resurrection tomorrow. Everyone is invited for that. But knowing the great gift of Father Jacob as well, who loved the area of communication, we know that he's praying for Father Joby at this time. You have a patron in heaven to assist you in the dissertation, and also the vision of this dissertation that you offer for the church as a whole. So at this time I'd like to invite Father Joby to offer us a prayer.
Nel nome del Padre, e del Figlio, e dello Spirito Santo. Amen.
Gloria al Padre, e al Figlio, e allo Spirito Santo.
Come era al principio, e ora e sempre, nei secoli dei secoli. Amen.
Manda, o Signore,
la vostra giustizia nella tua Chiesa.
Spirito Santo.
Lead me, Lord, from darkness to light. This is helpful introduction into the research that I have conducted these past years. From the optical metaphor of light and seeing for knowledge, I now make a transition to another sensual experience, the field of hearing, the acoustic. To become assiduous communicators of faith in communion with Jesus, koinonia, in communion with Jesus. No? To become fruitful missionaries in social service, diaconia, of the good news, and thus become a responsible disciple or disciples, joyfully witnessing, martyria, witnessing, in what? In one God. No? So, they sometimes, I learned from them personally, because there were some students who thought, oh, Father, yes, it's true that we have a God, and they have that God, and we go to the church, they go to the temple, and the other one goes to the mosque. We have the same God. So there is a tendency of this syncretism. But we are not to tell them, even by categories, no, this is our absolute God, so no. But in a moderate way, without witnessing, this is what I told you last, no? This martyria, in love, in acceptance, in responsible commitment towards God, will make a difference. This is the purpose of it. And towards the last, ritualism. Rights are, I respect rights. We have priests also here from Siromangala, right? We are all for Jesus, and we learn from Jesus communicating clarity. That is the main objective. And the right should not be a block.
The thesis of the thesis. What's the summary? Can you say it in one sentence what you wanted to say here on 240 pages and 5 years of research? I mean, of course, the longer you research, things can become more and more complicated. But in the end, a certain simplicity is a help for everybody, even as you just say, as a spark. It may not be the final answer. It can create new reflections. So you need to answer people's questions to the end. But you at least you need to be able to say it briefly.
In my own simplicity, Father, I would say I intentionally used spark because I don't have fire. His work is just a spark,
yeah.
No. And once you go out, don't tell that Joby has done something and he's a scholar. No, I am a student and I will be a student forever in my life. Let me go direct to the question. If I need to sum up what I have done everything, I would say in this verse. Catechetical dialogue is communicating clarity, not only as clear teaching, but as empowering others to discover.
To this moment, I have no more question. Thank you, Father Felix.
A dialogue. This is my question now. How can a dialogue take place between two persons only at the level of principles? Unless two persons encounter at the personal level, their communication remains incomplete. Perhaps we are talking only at the level of means rather than the two communicating agents. And in this case, how effective the catechesis would be. Let us see. Oh, okay. Can I hear?
I am the recipient. The center is the text. And say, goes to Jesus. My intention in the thesis is to find out the dynamics of communication. So this communicating, of course, is not in the Bible as a technical word, but as an employed reader, in the dynamics of my relationship with the text emerges the act of communication.
To dedicate yourself, and in the future, again, in this time of deepening theological reflection, and in your knowledge of this world, in the service that you have offered in this dissertation, whether you return back home to Kerala, in the service that you offer not only to India, but the larger global community and the church. By work like this that you have offered, you have shown the richness of a Christ who is communicating clarity through a person who has worked so hard and so diligently in showing the face of Christ. You have the right to call yourself now a doctor in missiology after your thesis or a part of it has been published and the relevant diploma has been signed. You have honored all of us here present, your friends, you have honored this school, and you have honored your family. And we are very blessed to have you as you show this clarity of Christ in what you have done. We give again a round of applause to Father Joby.